bit late Sunday afternoon, just come to do a bit of residual spraying. Not that I really wanted to, I could have done the afternoon off, but it's the wind's just helping me. It's been windy all day, and wind's settled down, but it's blowing away from our oilseed rape. There was, well, a little bit of breeze is blowing off the oilseed rape. Right, 1, 2, 3. Go. Yeah, it's blowing it away from oilseed rape, so yeah, taking advantage of a little bit of side draft. I've got this one and another 7 acre to do, and then that's it. I think I'm gonna drill some more barley tomorrow, get that sprayed before I switch on to doing a couple of wheats, because the wheat what we drilled yesterday, Friday, will be far too wet. We got 35 mil of rain yesterday. It was an absolute, started off with a bit of misty drizzle, or mizzly drizzle, and then bloody hell, the heavens opened all day, well into evening. It was a horrible day. There was not a lot of action yesterday. But yeah, job's good. Beautiful day today. Beautiful clear day. In fact, after the horrendous Saturday of rain we got 35 million. It's the weather forecast looks very promising actually. Sort of a week, 10 days of pretty nice weather. So fingers crossed we'll get a little bit. Well, it'll give chance for stuff to. The rain will give the volunteer stuff and grass weeds and broadleaf weeds to sort of germinate, so we can get a bit more of a kill, and then we'll get it sprayed and drilled. Not going good. Just sort of got up early to do a few fields before it comes windy, because I think the breeze will get up. I don't know whether you can see that lad on that e-bike, but it comes, well, I don't know whether it's going to work or coming to work, to be fair, but Christ, he goes on that thing. In fact, that was slow. Sometimes if he's in a rush or he's got full battery power, it looks like he's doing like 45-50 miles an hour. No helmet on, and yeah, yeah, they're faster than things, aren't they? So I don't know whether you can make it out, because my windows are terrible. For the next job, I'll pull her up to washer and give windows a good wash. So yeah, I just had a little bit extra what I've put down that inside half rate. So yeah, another job. But Christ almighty, I didn't want to. I nearly came last night, and I'm glad I've let it drape overnight, because it would have been a little bit sticky. Family outing tonight. We're putting this training fence down for calves before we wean them. And Nick and Abby have come, and there's Billy, teaching him a bit of farming. Hello. She hasn't really come dressed for the occasion in her Crocs, has she? You let them in if you want, Nick. Let them in if you want. I'm just telling the viewers you haven't really come dressed for the occasion. Oh, there you go. Hey, don't you be smashing mugs? Don't seem bothered about it at the minute, but that's a good thing. If they investigate it in their own time and get a whack, I think by tomorrow morning a few of them will have had a whack. To spray some Roundup. They're tidying that one up. Phil's just on Edlands and Ollie's tight behind him with drill. He'll have to do Edlands and race off at Power. Just saves us paddling it, you know, and it's dry enough to sort of not, you know, we don't have to let it air, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's well, we're getting, I wouldn't say worked up, but the type behind me with this Roundup, we live volunteers and odd bits and pieces of real small grass weeds and broadleaf stuff. 3 litres of glyphosate, 200 litres of water, and 48 hours. Is that too soon on it? Any wicks like grass weeds or where it's a matter stuff, we give it a week. 48 hours on the baby stuff. Ollie's drilling our cover crops, our SFI cover crops. We were into it before these schemes started, but we get paid for it now. Anyway, but the idea is we got the barley off, we Simba soloed it, and we went over with the Apico little discarra. And then he's knocking it again with the drill. And no glyphosate whatsoever, because I think it'd be a waste of time, because this blackgrass is never going to show a seed. And to be honest, the cultivation discs on the drill is going to knock them anyway and show daylight to a hell of a lot more. And then we'll get a good kill in spring with the glyphosate. But there's going to be a million more to come. Anyway, our cover crop consists of what? Spring oats, spring barley, rye, linseed, a few peas, vetch, hairy vetch, That's about it, to be honest. But yeah, it's going really well actually. In fact, it's quite stoddy and the drill's making a fantastic job. And he's got some very similar land to drill tomorrow. And it just sort of the rain has just soaked in. And the drill's making, like I say, a fantastic job. Exciting times tomorrow. Last job of today. I'm just going to clean my sprayer out because there's Steve from GPS and Guidance Solutions coming tomorrow, and another guy from, I think he's from Bristol, who's another Sviva Chem dealer, installer, agent, whatever you want to call him, to sort of put some high-tech technology on my old sprayer, sort of retrofit it, and then we're fitting it so if which I am in the future. I mean, to be fair, it's 1996. We were talking about my old sprayer yesterday, but it puts chemical on the leaf, on the ground or on the leaf perfect. It's very accurate. It's rigged up with my slug palleter. It's comfy. It's fast on road, and I don't really warrant anything any better. But anything to make the life more accurate and efficient, the better. So that, anyway, we've been approached. We went down the Sviva Chem system with the F100 GPS system in our Ollie's tractor, and it's really good, to be fair. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And I've always said, if something's shite, I won't tell you about it, because I don't expect you to spend your hard-earned money on something what's shite like. And anyway, anything to make things better. And they approached us and says, well, we're sort of promoting something what sort of modernises your old sprayer. And there's a bank of solenoids, what I've just shown you in that box going up back there. And then there's a brain, and then there's the screen what tells all that gubbins on the back what to do. And obviously all in them boxes is the relevant wiring looms. But I've told them that I want them, when they do the job, when they take all this system off, I want them to mark it and not butcher it, because that'll have to go back on when I do sell this old girl, which might be in next year, might be in 5 years, depending how good she is. How, you know, if she starts costing me a lot of money, I'll think about chopping her in then. But never ending. Not a bad phone call actually. I've just sold a drill filler. The people have asked, the dealing job, it's on its arse for me. I'm struggling to buy stuff. The second-hand stuff we're looking at is ridiculously priced. I know new stuff's very expensive, but when you're bringing it back into the yard and it's got issues and you have to buy parts and it's time mending stuff, I don't know. There's not a lot in it. I think we had the harvest about 5 years ago when the Eastern Europeans were buying everything, and you could just buy anything and sell it to them, and them days have gone. Good stuff's making a fortune at these sales, and poor stuff's making a fortune, and I aren't working for now. If I get the opportunity to buy a bit of nice stuff, I will. But anyway, and to be fair, sometimes I think I've got enough on. But cleaning my sprayer out for a start, I'm just making it a little bit more presentable for fellas when they come. Because look what I found in all pockets and one thing or another. And then I'm just going to blow it out with airline, and so it's a little bit easier for them to work on. Yeah, it's just a tip, but I think, well, obviously that'll be redundant because it'll be push button on the screen to start and stop. I don't know about that, to be honest. Well, that GPS will. The little GPS system will be redundant. It's been brilliant, actually. That was money well spent. I bought it off a pal of mine about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's just made life so easy, you know, like just roundup in, and I set it up in every field, even if I've got tram lines, and just to make sure everything's right, you know. And it's been so handy. So right, I'll clean her out. It's a bit busy in this corner of the farm. Phil's powering in front of me. He's over there, look. We've got Matt and I think it's Shane over there tating. So that, I don't know how many trailers they're filling, but there's there's one full at end, and they're on with that one, and it looks like he's going great guns. As in, I don't know what the tays are like when they're in the trailer, or yield wise, but it's not slow going for him. So whether them clots have sort of crumbled a bit, I don't know. And I'm powering. So, and now Ollie's working a bit of land up at a place called Burnby on some heavy soils, what was already worked, just knocking a little bit of top and putting a bit of air in it with the little Epico discs. Busy. This freshly turned over stuff, what Phil's just done, it's just a little bit wet from our from our crumbler roller, and it's starting to bung up on me. So I'm going to leave it till sort of 10 o'clock tomorrow, and it'll air overnight. And I think we're brought down with 650. It's got electric problems, bloody hydraulics won't work, so that's going to delay drilling in morning. But plan is tomorrow. There's a 19 acre here and a 20 acre there. We want these two ticking off tomorrow. And God, this is dried. Really is, it'll go nice. There's some gnarly horrible land over there, and that's fairly dried out, and yeah, it should go well. Lads have had a fair do lifting their taties. They've made a start. They've got this headland off, that headland off at top, and a little bit of a break at through middle, but they've had a few problems. I don't know what, but they kept stopping in middle of field for some reason. So I reckon tomorrow will be the day where they'll clear a fair few. There's not many being left, so they're making a good job of lifting. Look at that though. That roll takes some shit into the trailer, won't it? It's a bit paddled, but they look real good. I mean, you couldn't really tell from a distance, but they look nice and clean in the trailer. So yeah, weight off his mind really, because at one point when it was baking bloody sun and 35 degrees heat, we thought we were going to get now. Right, on that note, that's beautiful, isn't it? It's a right back end drilling. That's beautiful end to day. So yeah, on that note, from a Rufford farm in East Yorkshire, getting a bit done now. Bye for now.